Yeah. Mr. Sergeant at Arms.
All persons not entitled privileges of the floor under the rules of the Senate must now vacate the chamber.
Please rise for the invocation by Pastor Robert Munson, Thousand Sticks United Methodist Church, Thousand Sticks, Kentucky, and a guest of the Senator from Perry, and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
If we can, let us pray. Almighty eternal God, creator and sustainer of life, as we gather here today, we come seeking your divine wisdom and guidance for the decisions made among this body, not just today, but each and every day, in the decisions that are discussed among this main body or in committee. Today we have gathered from the distant parts of this Commonwealth, and we thank you for these dedicated servants and their willingness to serve the people of this great Commonwealth. These men and women have chosen to put themselves in the line of scrutiny by the people they represent on both sides of the proverbial aisle because of the issues and items before them, but they are faithful in their service to their communities and to the people of Kentucky. We ask for your blessing upon their families as they come and serve our state as well. Again, O God, we thank you for these, your servants, to our state, and ask that by your Holy Spirit you will strengthen and sustain them for the work that remains before them. You have called us together as Kentuckians, but most importantly, God, you have called us as your children, for we are created in your image. May this be the time once again that we come together and rise as people of Kentucky, and so show the world and our nation just who you have made us to be. Father, we give you thanks for our blessings and for the opportunities we have to make a difference, and for your great love for each of us. It is in the blessed and holy name of Jesus Christ, your Son, our Lord and Savior, we pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. It's good to see you. Take care, brother. Take care, Thousand Sticks. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Senator Berg. Senator Boswell. Senator Carpenter. Senator Carroll. Senator Chambers Armstrong. Senator Clemens. Senator Deneen. Senator Douglas. Senator Elkins. Senator Funky Fromeyer. Senator Girdler. Senator Givens. Senator Herron. Senator Higdon. Senator Howell. Senator Maiden. Senator Mays Bledsoe. Senator McDaniel. Senator Meredith. Senator Mills. Senator Neal. Senator Nemes. Senator Nunn. Senator Rocky Adams. Senator Rawlings. Senator Reed. Senator Richardson. Senator Smith. Senator Stivers.
Here.
Senator Storm. Senator Thomas. Senator Tishner. Senator Webb. Senator West. Senator Wheeler. Senator Williams. Senator Wilson. Senator Wise.
Yeah, Elkins is here. McDaniel's here. Any member seeking recognition for the purpose of answering the roll? Seeing none, there being 34 members present, a quorum is declared, Senate's authorized and prepared to do business. First order of business would be excuse of absent senators. Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, I move that the absent senators be excused, please.
Without objection, the absent senators are excused. Next order of business would be approval of the journal. Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, I move that the journal from Wednesday, March the 18th, 2026 be approved as written.
Without objection, the journal from Wednesday, March 18th, 2026 is approved as written. Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, we welcome all those that are watching us today on KET, as well as those that may be in the annex from the Capitol viewing room of the annex there. We also welcome anyone that's watching us online today of our daily proceedings as we conduct day 50 of this 60-day legislative session. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator from Taylor. Now, before we go any further, Chair would recognize the Senator from Grayson.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Clerk of the House is here to communicate with our Senate.
Madam Clerk.
Mr. President, the House has passed House Bills 195, 338, 541, 642, 644, 660, 689, 778, 780, 794, and House Joint Resolution 77, and respectfully request concurrence of this honorable body.
Thank you, young lady. You can tell them maybe next year on some of those, but... Next order of business would be second reading of bills on the calendar. Mr. Clerk, please report.
For Thursday, March 19th, 2026, second reading of bills on the regular calendar. House Bill 58, an act relating to privacy protection, and House Bill 189, an act relating to pedestrians. For second readings of bills on the consent calendar. House Bill 136, an act relating to campaign finance. House Bill 176, an act relating to prior authorization. House Bill 213, an act relating to re-employment of retired police officers. House Bill 220, an act relating to pension spiking in the systems administered by the Kentucky Public Pensions Authority. House Bill 266, an act relating to health care credentials eligible for the Kentucky Health Care Workforce Investment Fund. House Bill 293, an act relating to vehicle wheels. House Bill 393, an act relating to services for Alzheimer's and related dementias. House Bill 448, an act relating to background checks. House Bill 456, an act relating to the state treasurer and unclaimed property. House Bill 510, an act relating to organ donation safety. House Bill 518, an act relating to the collection of local business taxes and fees. House Bill 519, an act relating to identity documents. House Bill 600, an act relating to the collection of delinquent tax bills. And House Bill 622, an act relating to roads and declaring an emergency.
That concludes your report.
It does?
Thank you, sir. Those bills and resolutions, having just received their second reading, are now in the possession of the Rules Committee for further action. Next order of business would be report of committees. Mr. Clerk, please report.
Economic Development, Tourism, and Labor Committee has met and reports House Bill 392 should pass as consent. House Bill 576 should pass as consent with Senate Committee Sub 1. Education Committee has met and reports House Bill 67 should pass with Senate Committee Sub 1. House Bill 253 should pass with Senate Committee Sub 1 and Senate Committee Title Amendment 1. House Bill 257 should pass with Senate Committee Sub 1. House Bill 307 should pass as consent. House Bill 379 should pass as consent. The Judiciary Committee has met and reports Senate Bill 195 should pass to rules with Senate Committee Sub 1. Senate Bill 290 should pass. House Bill 4 should pass with Senate Committee Sub 1. House Bill 188 should pass as consent. House Bill 264 should pass. House Bill 312 should pass to rules. Veterans, Military Affairs, and Public Protection Committee has met and reports House Bill 7 should pass with Senate Committee Sub 1. House Bill 43 should pass to consent. House Bill 419 should pass as consent with Senate Committee Sub 1. House Bill 436 should pass as consent. House Bill 565 should pass as consent.
Mr. Clerk, does that conclude your report?
It does.
House Bills 312 and Senate Bill 195 have both had 312 has had one previous reading. It's now in the possession of the Rules Committee. That'll be its second reading. 2 previous readings on 195 also place it in the Rules Committee. The other bills and resolutions will be deemed as having their first reading, having a favorable committee report, and are ordered to be placed upon the calendar. Next order of business would be introduction of new resolutions. No need. Then the next order of business is orders of the day. Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, before we display the orders of the day, I do to make a couple of motions.
Okay, please proceed.
Mr. President, I move that Senate Bill 199 with House amendments be taken from the Rules Committee and placed in the orders of the day for concurrence.
Without objection, Senate Bill 199 will be taken from the Rules Committee and placed on the concurrence calendar. Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, I also make the following motion. I move that Senate Bill 195 be taken from the Rules Committee and placed in the regular orders of the day.
Without objection, Senate Bill 195 will be taken from the Rules Committee and placed in the orders of the day. Now, Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, if you would, please have the clerk display the concurrence orders of the day.
Mr. Clerk, would you please display? It is displayed.
With that, Mr. President, I move that Senate Bill 199 with House Floor Amendment 4 be taken from the orders of the day for concurrence.
Mr. Clerk, if you would, please report Senate Bill 199.
Senate Bill 199, an act relating to pesticide labeling.
Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, I yield to the Senator from Callaway for explanation of the House Floor Amendment 4 and motion thereof.
Senator from Callaway.
Thank you, Mr. President. This House amendment simply works through some language that we negotiated in with the Kentucky Justice Association to limit the applicable pesticides that are controlled by this bill to the ones that have an agricultural use labeling on them. I would move for final passage of adoption of the floor amendment.
Mr. Clerk, if you would, please report House Floor Amendment number 4.
House Floor Amendment 4 to Senate Bill 199.
Now, Senator from Callaway, do you have a motion on concurrence?
Move for adoption of the floor amendment and move for final passage of Senate Bill 199.
The matter before the body is concurrence with House Floor Amendment number 4. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. House Floor Amendment number 4 is concurred with. Now, Senator from Callaway.
I'm a little impatient today, Mr. President. I'll move for final passage of Senate Bill 199 as amended.
The matter before the body is final passage of Senate Bill 199 as amended by House Floor Amendment number 4 and concurred with by this body. Seeing no one seeking recognition, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Senator Berg. Senator Boswell. Senator Carpenter. Senator Carroll. Senator Chambers Armstrong. Senator Clemens. Senator Deneen. Senator Douglas. Senator Elkins. Senator Funky Fromeyer. Senator Girdler. Senator Gibbons. Senator Herron. Senator Higdon. Senator Howell. Senator Maiden. Senator Mays Bledsoe, Senator McDaniel, Senator Meredith, Senator Mills, Senator Neal, Senator Nemes, Senator Nunn, Senator Rocky Adams, Senator Rawlings, Senator Reed, Senator Richardson, Senator Smith, Senator Stivers, Senator Storm, Senator Thomas, Senator Tishner, Senator Webb, Senator West, Senator Wheeler, Senator Williams, Senator Wilson, Senator Wise.
Seeing no one seeking recognition to cast, change, or explain their vote, there being 24 yeas, 11 nays, Senate Bill 199 as amended by House Floor Amendment Number 4 and concurred with by this body is finally passed. Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, if we could have displayed the regular orders.
Madam Clerk, please have those displayed. They are displayed. Senator from Taylor.
Thank you, Mr. President. With that, I move that Senate Bill 195 be taken from its place in the orders of the day, read for the third time by title only, and placed upon its passage.
Mr. Clerk, if you would, please report Senate Bill 195.
Senate Bill 195, an act relating to civil causes of action. Senator Richardson.
Senator from Taylor.
President, I yield to the Senator from Christian for explanation of the bill.
Senator from Christian.
Thank you, Mr. President. First, I'd like to address the Senate Committee Sub. If the clerk could please read Senate Committee Sub.
Mr. Clerk, if you would, please report Senate Committee Substitute Number 1.
Senate Committee Sub 1 to Senate Bill 195.
Senator from Christian.
Move for adoption of the Senate Committee Sub 1.
Matter for the body is adoption. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. Senate Committee Substitute Number 1 is adopted. Senator from Christian.
Thank you, Mr. President. Speak briefly on this bill. This bill is about bringing greater clarity and balance to how we determine responsibility in roadway construction and maintenance cases. At a very basic level, Senate Bill 195 recognizes a simple principle. When a contractor is hired to carry out a project using plans and specifications developed and approved by a government entity, and that contractor follows those plans as required, responsibility for those design decisions should remain with the entity that made them. In other words, when a contractor does the job that they were asked to do and does it correctly, they should not be held responsible for decisions they did not control. At the same time, this bill is careful to preserve accountability. If a contractor fails to follow those plans, or if their work creates a dangerous condition, they can still be held fully liable. Nothing in this legislation protects negligent behavior. This bill also provides guidance in situations where the driving behavior results in serious driver misconduct. That's things like impaired driving or excessive speeding. That allows that the conduct be considered as a significant factor in determining causation, while still leaving those determinations in the hands of a jury. More broadly, Senate Bill 195 is about aligning liability with responsibility. It helps ensure that each party is held accountable for the role they actually played, no more and no less. Importantly, this bill does not eliminate claims, it does not eliminate damages, or restrict access to the courts. It simply clarifies how liability should be evaluated in these cases so that outcomes are more consistent and predictable. I believe this is a thoughtful approach. It supports fairness for all parties involved and will still preserve the fundamental principles of our civil justice system. I will entertain questions, Mr. President, but at this time I move for passage of Senate Bill 195 as amended by Senate Committee Sub 1.
The matter before the body is passage of Senate Bill 195 as amended. Senator from Jefferson 19.
Speak against the motion, please.
Please proceed.
Thank you, sir. I'm going to be a no vote on this. However, before I get into my reasons why, I first want to thank the sponsor, the senator from Christian, for his work on the committee substitute. I will say the original version of this bill gave me great heart palpitations, and this gives me only very few heart palpitations. So thank you, sir, for your thoughtful changes. However, I do want to talk about what this bill does. So right now in our tort law system, when someone is injured, they go into court and it's a clean slate. Everyone starts at zero. An injured party has to meet a presumption and show by a preponderance of the evidence, more than 50%, that somebody breached a duty that caused them damages. They start at zero, they have to get to 51%. Once they cross that threshold, then the defendant, the person who's alleged to have caused the harm, has the opportunity to rebut that and move where our evidence is back to the other side to show that they should not be liable. And this justice system works well. I trust juries, I trust judges, I trust courts, I trust our broad-based negligence scheme to get this right, to require injured parties to prove every element of their claim by a preponderance before they can recover. This bill, however, changes the starting point. It creates a rebuttable presumption that a contractor is not negligent, which means that an injured party starts their lawsuit already with a presumption that they have lost. I don't see why we would do this, and I don't see why we would do this just for contractors. I know that specifically we've seen a lot of big verdicts involving road contractors in recent years. However, these big verdicts have been because there have been big damages. We have seen instances where people have died in front of their children. People have died not just because of negligence, but because of gross negligence on the part of parties. And so I'm not sure I understand exactly why we are changing our justice system for this issue. I worry about the burden it places on injured parties. And at the end of the day, I trust the system that we have. And so for that reason, I'll be a no and urge all members to be the same. Thank you.
Senator from Jefferson 26.
Thank you, Mr. President. Would the senator from Christian yield to a question for me?
Senator from Christian, will you yield?
I'll yield.
Thank
you
you,
will
sir.
yield.
Thank you, sir. And this may just be the difference in our occupations, but in my occupation, everybody has a burden of responsibility at every step. So if somebody comes and presents a situation, like in this case, a plan that the contractor thinks is not safe, then I would have a burden as that contractor to stand up and say, I don't think these are adequate plans, and to stop it there until that's fixed. Apparently, our contractors don't have that responsibility, sir. Is that correct?
Senator from Christian.
To go to the base of the question, if the government presents a plan to highway contractors and they know that there is something that is a latent defect or something that is a miscalculation that would create harm, and then they continue to do that, they then become a responsible party. So this does not eliminate their liability if they know that harm can be created by carrying out that plan.
A follow-up question,
Senator
sir?
from Jefferson 26.
Follow-up question, sir?
Senator from Christian, will you yield to another question?
Yes, Mr. President.
He will yield, Senator from Jefferson 26.
Thank you, sir. So it sounds to me like the answer basically would require a plaintiff, somebody who is injured, to not only prove that they were injured, but to prove that the contractor should have known the plans were faulty. Not just that they were faulty, but they should have known and stopped it?
Senator from Christian.
Yes, the rebuttable presumption, as your colleague mentioned earlier, creates just a starting point. It does not eliminate the claim. At that starting point, if evidence is presented that a contractor should have known and ignored those warning signs and carried out the plan in a fraudulent or trying to think the word, a haphazard way that created harm, then that evidence would be given to the court, as this still maintains the jury rights for that jury to decide that based on the evidence presented, and those negligent parties would be held accountable.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I would like to speak against this bill. I honestly very much believe, first of all, in three separate but equal branches of government. And I believe that people have the right to have their grievances addressed by a court in a fair manner where nobody goes in with an advantage. And it seems to me in this case, you're going to have to prove that your contractor made a mistake, not just that you're just basically saying here, if they follow the plans and don't say yay or nay, they're free. They did what they were supposed to do. And I think they have a burden of responsibility way beyond that. So thank you. Thank you.
Seeing no other persons seeking recognition, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Senator Berg. No. Senator Boswell. Senator Carpenter. Aye. Senator Carroll. Aye. Senator Chambers Armstrong. Senator Clemens. Senator Deneen. Senator Douglas. Aye. Senator Elkins. Aye. Senator Funky Fromeyer. Senator Girdler. Aye. Senator Givens. Aye. Senator Herron. No. Senator Higdon. Aye. Senator Howell.
Senator from Callaway, please cast your vote, then explain, limited to 3 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. President. I've cast an aye vote and explain it, and thank my peer from Christian for bringing another bill to separate out liability for the appropriate wrongdoer versus the ones that get blamed for it.
Senator Maiden. Aye. Senator Mays Bledsoe. Senator McDaniel. Aye. Senator Meredith. Aye. Senator Mills. Aye. Senator Neal. Senator Nemes. Aye. Senator Nunn. Aye. Senator Rocky Adams. Aye. Senator Rawlings. Aye. Senator Reed. Aye. Senator Richardson. Aye. Senator Smith. Senator Stivers. Aye. Senator Storm.
Senator from Laurel, please cast your vote and explain, limited to 3 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm going to vote aye today. I do agree with the comments, specifically the analysis that the senator from Jefferson 19 outlined regarding tort liability. However, also would like to thank the senator from Christian for working with me on the legislation and streamlining this to a much better bill, in my opinion. So therefore, I vote aye.
Senator Thomas.
Senator from 13, please cast your vote, then explain.
Mr. President, I'm going to explain my no vote briefly, please. Mr. President, I do appreciate, I sit next to the senator from Christian. I know how hard he's worked on this bill. I know how hard it is to work on bills and get them passed. So I don't cast my no vote lightly. But I come at it from a different perspective. I think the legal analysis of the senator from Jefferson 19 is just spot on. But generally speaking, I just don't like immunity actions in general. I'm philosophically opposed to those because I became a lawyer for the reasons I believe people should have access to the courthouse door. I think people should always be able to pursue justice and should never be denied that opportunity. I fundamentally believe that, and I think when we see actions that prohibit people who've been wrongfully injured through no fault of their own be barred and have the courthouse door closed on them, I think that's wrong in our society. And so that's my reason for opposing this bill. And for therefore, Mr. President, with all due respect for the senator from Christian, I have to vote no on this bill.
Senator Tishner. Senator Webb. Senator West. Senator Wheeler.
Explain.
Mr. President, explain my aye vote.
Please proceed.
I would like to repeat some of the comments of my colleague, the senator from Laurel. If this bill actually did bar people from the courthouse for claims that they legitimately had against highway contractors, I don't know that myself and the senator from Laurel are probably the two most vociferous defenders of the Seventh Amendment in this General Assembly. But the senator from Christian has made some changes that I believe satisfies my concerns in that instance. And to address the points by the senator from Jefferson 26, you know, I think even as a lawyer that represents injured people, and that's what I do, I do have to prove that the entity or the person caused my client's injury. And I think that the discourse that we heard earlier, that if in fact the contractor should have recognized the fault and proceeded anyway, clearly that would make them liable. But I would also like to repeat what I stated earlier in judiciary, that one of the issues we have while this happens is sometimes that the statute of limitations are so short, you sometimes don't know who was actually at fault until you get into the action. So I think that is a conversation that needs to be ongoing. But given the work and the fact that it does preserve a plaintiff's day in court, I am an aye vote. Thank you.
Senator Williams. Aye. Senator Wilson. Aye. Senator Wise.
Any member seeking recognition to cast, change, or explain their vote? Seeing none, there being 31 yeas, 5 nays, Senate Bill 195, as amended, is passed. Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, I move that House Bill 459 be taken from its place in the orders of the day, read for the third time by title only, and placed upon its passage.
Mr. Clerk, if you would, please report 459.
House Bill 459, an act relating to licensed occupations.
Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, I yield to the senator from Jefferson 36 for explanation of the bill.
Senator from Jefferson 36.
Thank you, Mr. President. House Bill 459. Let me tell you what House Bill 459 does. It helps meet the need of the shortage of mental health professionals and practitioners, especially in the marriage and family therapist space in Kentucky. It allows experienced marriage and family therapists who have met the standards for education, which is a master's or a doctorate, met the 2 years of supervised experience requirement, have passed the national licensure exam, and who are licensed in good standing with another state to apply for a Kentucky license without having to retake the test or complete another 2 years of supervised clinical experience to receive full licensure. In short, the bill gives credit to the applicant for having the required education, having passed the exam, and having completed the 2 years supervised clinical experience. And it places timeframes on the applicant for licensure and the Board of Licensure for processing the application or renewals. But what it does not do, it does not lower the educational requirement for Kentucky practitioners. It does not allow applicants to use full reciprocity with their license from another state to receive a Kentucky license to practice. And it does not allow applicants with a license from another state who are not in good standing to receive a Kentucky license to practice. So, Mr. President, if we could have the clerk report Senate Committee Substitute 1.
Mr. Clerk, if you would, please report the committee substitute.
Senate Committee Sub 1 to House Bill 459.
Senator from Jefferson 36.
Move adoption.
The matter before the body is adoption. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. Senate Committee Substitute number 1 is adopted. Senator from Jefferson 36.
Thank you, Mr. President. And upon explanation of the bill, if there are no further questions, I move for passage of House Bill 459 as amended by Senate Committee Substitute 1.
The matter before the body is passage of House Bill 459 as amended. Seeing no one seeking recognition, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Senator Berg.
Senator from Jefferson 26, please cast your vote, then explain, limited to 3 minutes.
I vote aye, and I really want to thank the representative in the House and the senator here who carried this bill. This is something that we need in this state. I personally have had 3 constituents denied licensure in this state by the Marriage and Family Board simply because they didn't like their criteria, even though they met criteria to work in any other state. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I think this is some good clarification, and I really urge everybody in the room to vote yes. Thank you.
Senator Boswell. Senator Carpenter. Senator Carroll. Senator Chambers Armstrong. Senator Clemens. Senator Deneen. Senator Douglas. Senator Elkins. Senator Funky Fromeyer. Senator Girdler. Senator Givens. Senator Herron. Senator Higdon. Senator Howell. Senator Maiden. Senator Mays Bledsoe. Senator McDaniel. Senator Meredith. Senator Mills. Senator Neal. Senator Nemes. Senator Nunn. Senator Rocky Adams. Senator Rawlings. Senator Reed. Senator Richardson. Senator Smith. Senator Stivers. Senator Storm. Senator Thomas. Senator Tishner. Senator Webb. Senator West. Senator Wheeler. Senator Williams. Senator Wilson. Senator Wise.
Seeing no one seeking recognition to cast, change, or explain their vote, there being 36 yeas, no nays, House Bill 459 as amended is passed. Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, I move that House Bill 96 be taken from its place in the order of the day, read for the third time by title only, and placed upon its passage.
Mr. Clerk, if you would, please report House Bill 96.
House Bill 96, an act relating to the Post-Secondary Education Working Group and declaring an emergency.
Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, I yield to the Senator from Green for explanation of the bill.
Senator from Green.
Mr. President, House Bill 96 relates to the Performance Funding Work Group, and performance funding, as many of you know, is something that we've been successful in moving forward in this body, the General Assembly, over the last 10 years as we look at post-secondary performance. We've long had challenges around the way that we funded post-secondary education, and in 2015, 2016, long about that time, we started moving to an outcomes-based model. The beauty of that is our taxpayer return on investment, and we're moving strategically toward a goal that I want to briefly mention, that goal of 60 by 30. The goal of 60 by 30 says we'd like for 60% of the citizens in the Commonwealth to have a post-secondary degree or credential by the year 2030. This has a significant impact on state revenues, expenses around corrections, some of the other challenges that a less educated populace would face. Thanks to the hard work of this body and the hard work of the taxpayers funding the work of our post-secondary institutions, and thanks to the leadership at our post-secondary institutions, those presidents, faculty, staff, everyone in those spaces, we are moving toward that target in a very positive way and look to be on a trajectory to hit 60% of our residents having that post-secondary degree or credential by the year 2030. Current statutory framework has us reviewing the post-secondary funding model every 3 years. This language increases the number of folks participating in that conversation. So instead of the Senate having one appointment and the House having one appointment, we broaden it to where we have 5 Senate appointments and 5 House appointments on that working group. As we see the continued success of this model, we need to have more members of the body having knowledge and information about it. With that description, I would now ask the clerk to report Senate Committee Substitute 1.
Mr. Clerk, if you would, please report.
Senate Committee Sub 1 to House Bill 96.
Senator from Green.
In the conversations around House Bill 96, it became evident that we're currently on a 3-year cycle for review of the performance funding model. The 3-year cycle has a small minor headache involved in it because it falls every other cycle alongside the budget, and then sometimes not, and then sometimes it is. So that odd number of 3 created some challenge. So in the Senate Committee Sub, we changed it to a 4-year review cycle, which keeps it systematically in the same place in relation to that budget that budget session that we have. So with that, I would move for adoption of Senate Committee Substitute 1.
Is adoption of Senate Committee Substitute number 1. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. Senate Committee Substitute number 1 is adopted. Senator from Green.
Mr. President, I would ask the clerk now to report Senate Floor Amendment 1.
Mr. Clerk, would you please report?
Senate Floor Amendment 1 to Senate Committee Sub 1 to House Bill 96.
Senator from Green.
In the midst of the committee conversation around House Bill 96, a couple of our colleagues, the Senator from Fayette 13 and the Senator from Jefferson 33, raised a very valid point that it would be ideal, instead of us writing in statute the proportion of 4 majority, 1 minority member of each body, it would be more appropriate to have it proportionate to the number of members in the Democratic Party and in the majority party and the minority party. And so Senate Floor Amendment 1, authored by the Senator from Fayette 13, accurately depicts that if and when, over time, the proportions change, the proportion of those appointments would change. And so I would encourage all members to support Senate Floor Amendment 1, and I now move for its adoption.
The matter before the body is adoption of Senate Floor Amendment 1 to Senate Committee Substitute 1 for House Bill 96. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. Senate Floor Amendment number 1 is adopted. Senator from Green.
Mr. President, we now have before us House Bill 96 as amended. Again, I encourage all members to continue supporting this very successful effort of performance-based funding as it continues to mature and grow, and as we prepare for a vigorous, with passage of this, we will have a vigorous debate and discussion in the interim about the positive elements and the elements that could be more positive. So with that, I would encourage all members to vote for House Bill 96 as amended. Would be glad to entertain any questions, and at this time I move for passage of House Bill 96 as amended.
The matter before the body is passage of House Bill 96 as amended. Seeing no one seeking recognition, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Senator Berg, Senator Boswell, Senator Carpenter, Senator Carroll, Senator Chambers Armstrong, Senator Clemens, Senator Deneen, Senator Douglas, Senator Elkins, Senator Funke Fromeyer, Senator Girdler, Senator Givens, Senator Herron, Senator Higdon, Senator Howell, Senator Maiden, Senator Mays-Bledsoe, Senator McDaniel, Senator Meredith, Senator Mills, Senator Neal, Senator Nemes, Senator Nunn, Senator Rocky Adams, Senator Rawlings, Senator Reed, Senator Richardson, Senator Smith.
Senator from Perry, please cast your vote and then explain.
Yes, I cast an aye vote, but I wanted to point out that as we put this together, which a lot of work was involved with the sponsor, but there's also metrics for some of us in areas that have been impacted by the floods or the tornadoes or other things that have had an impact on some of the numbers we're seeing. So I would like for us to consider, certainly maybe over the summer next year, and we've talked about this before, about looking at some of those areas where those numbers have been impacted due to calamities outside the scope of normally fall in education, because I do think that could be something that we wouldn't want to overlook, that could be plugged in to help us get more, I guess, traction in some of these areas where we want to make sure they're not underserved. Thank you, Mr. President.
Senator Stivers, Senator Storm, Senator Thomas.
Senator from Fayette 13, please cast your vote and explain.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just rise to thank you for your outstanding work on this bill. I always respect and admire the work you do in the field of higher education. I think what we've done here is make a good bill even better. I think it is important that legislators work closely and directly with our university presidents because what they do is they provide for the future of our Commonwealth. So again, I just rise to thank you, and I proudly vote aye on this bill.
Senator Tishner, Senator Webb, Senator West, Senator Wheeler, Senator Williams, Senator Wilson, Senator Wise.
Any member seeking recognition to change or explain their vote? Seeing none, there being 36 yea votes, no nay votes, House Bill 96 as amended is passed. Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, I move that House Bill 470 be taken from its place in the order of the day, read for the third time by title only, and placed upon its passage.
Mr. Clerk, please report House Bill 470.
House Bill 470, an act relating to peer support professionals and declaring an emergency.
Senator from Taylor.
President, I yield to the Senator from Jefferson 36 for explanation of the bill.
Senator from Jefferson 36, you're recognized by the chair for the purpose of action on House Bill 470 and amendments thereto.
Thank you, Mr. President. Can you have the clerk report Senate Committee Substitute Number 1?
Mr. Clerk, please report Senate Committee Substitute 1.
Senate Committee Sub 1 to House Bill 470.
Senator from Jefferson 36.
Move adoption.
Motion for the bodies on adoption of the committee sub. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Senate Committee Substitute 1 is adopted. Senator from Jefferson 36.
Mr. President, the Senate Committee Substitute changes several provisions in the bill language. Number 1, it moves the date for all peer support specialists to be registered back to January 1, 2027 from January 1, 2028. Number 2, it prohibits alcohol and drug peer support specialists from providing psychoeducational services in individual or group settings. And number 3, it prohibits the Department for Medicaid Services and any MCO with which they contract from providing coverage for any individual or group psychoeducational services. So now I want to speak to the underlying bill. It makes several necessary adjustments which will save significant Medicaid dollars and comply with CMS. These were retained from the previous version, as was the work group to study board oversight. So, Mr. President, if there are no questions, I move for passage of House Bill 470 as amended by Senate Committee Substitute Number 1.
The motion for the bodies on the passage of House Bill 470 as amended. Are there any members seeking recognition to speak on the motion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Senator Berg. Senator Boswell. Senator Carpenter. Senator Carroll. Senator Chambers Armstrong. Senator Clemens. Senator Deneen. Senator Douglas. Senator Elkins. Senator Funky Fromeyer. Senator Girdler. Senator Givens. Senator Herron. Senator Higdon. Senator Howell. Senator Maiden. Senator Mays-Bledsoe. Senator McDaniel. Senator Meredith. Senator Mills. Senator Neal. Senator Nemes. Senator Nunn. Senator Rocky Adams. Senator Rawlings. Senator Reed. Senator Richardson. Senator Smith. Senator Stivers. Senator Storm. Senator Thomas. Senator Tishner. Senator Webb. Senator West. Senator Wheeler. Senator Williams. Senator Wilson. Senator Wise.
Any member seeking recognition to cast, change, or explain their vote? Seeing none, there being 35 yea votes, no nay votes, House Bill 470 as amended is passed. Senator from Taylor on the title amendment.
Thank you, Mr. President. If you would, please have the clerk report Senate Committee Title Amendment 1 to Senate Committee Sub 1 to House Bill 470.
Mr. Clerk, please report.
Senate Committee Title Amendment 1 to Senate Committee Sub 1 to House Bill 470.
Senator from Taylor.
Move for adoption.
Hearing no objection, the title amendment is adopted. Senator from Taylor, I am told that we might have a committee report on a bill for enrollment. Senator from Jefferson 35, has the Enrollment Committee met?
Yes, the Enrollment Committee met.
We saw you huddled in the back of the room meeting.
And Senate Bill 199 is ready for your signature.
Thank you. The chair is preparing to sign Senate Bill 199. Thank you. Senator from Taylor.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that House Bill 280 be taken from its place in the order of the day, read for the third time by title only, and placed upon its passage.
Mr. Clerk, please report House Bill 280.
House Bill 280, an act relating to health care and declaring an emergency.
Senator from Taylor.
President, I yield back to the Senator from Jefferson 36 for explanation of the bill.
Senator from Jefferson 36, you're recognized for action on House Bill 280 and amendments thereto.
I know, I think everyone's getting tired of hearing from me on these House bills. But, Mr. President, can you have the clerk report Senate Committee Substitute Number 1?
Mr. Clerk, please report.
Senate Committee Sub 1 to House Bill 280.
Senator from Jefferson 36.
Move adoption.
Motion for the bodies on the adoption of the committee sub. All those in favor of the motion for adoption say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Senate Committee Substitute 1 is adopted. Senator from Jefferson 36.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senate Committee Substitute Number 1 modifies the definition of diabetes medical management plan and trained individuals and other provisions relating to the administration of undesignated glucogen in schools. So that is the sub. Now, the underlying bill is a Kentucky Board of Nursing cleanup to allow them to investigate out-of-state nurses applying for a Kentucky license. And as you can see, it amends several KRSs relating to registered nurse licensure, licensure of practical nursing, and adding credential requirements. So this is a Kentucky Board of Nursing cleanup bill, and I'm happy to answer any questions. But if there are no questions, I move for passage of House Bill 280 as amended by Senate Committee Substitute Number 1.
The motion before the bodies on the passage of House Bill 280 is amended. Are there any members seeking recognition to speak on the motion? Seeing none. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Senator Berg. Senator Boswell. Senator Carpenter. Senator Carroll. Senator Chambers Armstrong. Senator Clemens. Senator Deneen. Senator Douglas. Senator Elkins. Senator Funky Fromeyer. Senator Girdler. Senator Givens.
Aye.
Senator Herron. Senator Higdon. Senator Howell. Senator Maiden. Senator Mays Bledsoe. Senator McDaniel. Senator Meredith. Senator Mills. Senator Neal. Senator Nemes. Senator Nunn. Senator Rocky Adams. Senator Rawlings. Senator Reed. Senator Richardson. Senator Smith. Senator Stivers. Senator Storm. Senator Thomas. Senator Tishner. Senator Webb. Senator West. Senator Wheeler. Senator Williams. Senator Wilson. Senator Wise.
Any members seeking recognition to cast, change, or explain their vote? Seeing none, there being 35 yea votes, no nay votes, House Bill 280 as amended is passed. Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, I move that House Bill 648 be taken from its place in the order of the day, read for the third time by title only, and placed upon its passage.
Mr. Clerk, please report House Bill 648.
House Bill 648, an act relating to motor vehicle dealers.
Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, I yield to the Senator from Laurel for explanation of the bill.
Senator from Laurel, the chair recognizes you for the purpose of action on House Bill 648 and amendments thereto.
Thank you, Mr. President. House Bill 648 pertains to motor vehicle dealers regarding Class 7 and higher vehicles, as well as warranty work reimbursement. House Bill 648 continues the work that this General Assembly did last year by strengthening our laws to provide fair and reasonable protection for our state's Class 7 and 8 heavy-duty truck dealers. The bill closes loopholes that create unlevel playing fields for truck dealers and it creates situations where dealers lose money to do repairs they are required to do and perform to satisfy warranty and recall obligations on heavy truck manufacturers. The bill closes loopholes that by providing component manufacturers are included in the laws regarding warranties and obligations to our dealers. Component manufacturers such as engine manufacturers, transmission manufacturers, and other components skirt Kentucky law by saying that they are not, quote, manufacturers, end quote, and don't have obligations to dealers. The bill ensures full dealer reimbursement for warranty and recall costs by making sure the definition of reasonable compensation covers services our heavy truck dealers are required to furnish. Mr. President, the bill also helps truck dealers by revising current law to allow reimbursement for actual time spent on repairs and recalls by trained technicians rather than the standard repair time currently in place. House Bill 648 prevents heavy truck manufacturers from being penalized for exercising good faith and replacing apparently defective parts whenever they're completing warranty repairs. The bill also helps dealers by enlarging the time permitted for dealers to submit warranty and recall claims from 30 days up to 90 days. Mr. President, please ask the clerk to report Senate Floor Amendment 1 to House Bill 648.
Mr. Clerk, please report.
Senate Floor Amendment 1 to House Bill 648.
Senator from Laurel.
Move adoption.
Motion for the bodies on the adoption of the floor amendment. All those in favor of adoption say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Senate Floor Amendment 1 is adopted. Senator from Laurel.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senate Floor Amendment number 1 to House Bill 648 simply eliminates a potential conflict between this bill and Senate Bill 94, which deals with warranty work by regular motor vehicle dealers. Mr. President, if there are no questions, I move passage of House Bill 648 as amended.
The motion before the bodies on the passage of House Bill 648 is amended by Senate Floor Amendment 1. Any member seeking recognition to speak on the motion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Senator Berg. Senator Boswell. Senator Carpenter. Senator Carroll. Senator Chambers Armstrong. Senator Clemens. Senator Deneen. Senator Douglas. Senator Elkins. Senator Funky Fromeyer. Senator Girdler. Senator Gibbons.
Aye.
Senator Herron. Senator Higdon. Senator Howell. Senator Maiden. Senator Mays Bledsoe. Senator McDaniel. Senator Meredith. Senator Mills. Senator Neal. Senator Nemes. Senator Nunn. Senator Rocky Adams. Senator Rawlings. Senator Reed. Senator Richardson. Senator Smith. Senator Stivers. Senator Storm. Senator Thomas. Senator Tishner. Senator Webb. Senator West. Senator Wheeler. Senator Williams. Senator Wilson. Senator Wise.
Any member seeking recognition to change or explain or cast their vote? Seeing none, there being 35 yea votes, no nay votes, House Bill 648 as amended is passed. Senator from Taylor. Senator from Taylor, if you could for just a moment. I think we have a guest in the chamber. Senator from Grayson, would you introduce our guest?
Yes, Mr. President. The Clerk of the House is here to communicate with our Senate.
Mr. Clerk, please communicate.
Mr. President, the House has refused to concur with Senate committee subs on House Bills 500, 503, 504, and is returning same with letter.
I have a sense the senator from Kenton is not happy. Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Senator from Taylor.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that House Bill 562 be taken from its place in the orders of the day, read for the third time by title only, and placed upon its passage.
Mr. Clerk, please report House Bill 562.
House Bill 562, an act relating to alternative high school diplomas.
Senator from Taylor.
President, I yield to the Senator from Bell for explanation of the bill.
Senator from Bell, you're recognized for the purpose of action on House Bill 562 and amendments thereto.
Thank you, Mr. President. I rise to speak on this bill. This was another bill I talked about earlier about when I came across when I was visiting my schools during the interim, and This bill does two things. It creates another type of diploma here in Kentucky, and it creates a one-stop shop for parents and students to visit and find employers who accept diplomas as a valid diploma. Currently in Kentucky, we have two options, the federal diploma and the alternative diploma. The alternative diploma is not considered a valid diploma and more of a certificate of completion. Currently, the students who receive this alternative diploma are also considered dropouts, current accountability metrics for the schools, even after they complete the 12 years of schooling. With the passage of House Bill 562, we create three options for students who qualify for these alternative assessments: the regular federal diploma, the Kentucky alternative diploma, and the modified high school diploma. The modified diploma is basically the current alternative diploma. The regular federal diploma is the same. However, the new Kentucky alternative diploma is now a diploma that is valid in Kentucky. This will allow these students to be considered graduates and not dropouts. We have worked with the Kentucky Department of Education, the Chamber, the Department of Workforce Development, and KCTS to develop this legislation. The best part of this legislation is that the Department of Workforce Development in the Education and Labor Cabinet will create a one-stop shop that identifies all employees inside Kentucky that will now recognize this alternative diploma as a valid high school diploma. So parents and students can search their county to find out in the area who are ready and willing to employ these individuals. I came about this over the summer when I was visiting in the schools in the FMD units of the schools, which are the functional mentally disabled students. And those students now only get a completion certificate. They do not get a diploma, which a lot of those kids, I think, are able to get in the workforce. And if nothing else, they do deserve a diploma. Report to the committee sub to House Bill 562, please, Mr. President.
Mr. Clerk, please report Senate Committee Substitute 1 to House Bill 562.
Senate Committee Sub 1 to House Bill 562.
Move for adoption.
Senator from Bell, your motion is in order.
Move for adoption.
Motion for the bodies on adoption of the committee sub. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. Senate Committee Substitute 1 is adopted. Senator from Bell.
Mr. President, what the committee substitute does, it just clarifies that all three options that I just talked about, that they will qualify for KEYS money, and that is about approximately 4,000 or 5,000 students currently fall into this category. Not only is this great for the student, but that is a great thing for the parents and the school system itself. Those kids will now be counted as graduates instead of a dropout. Mr. President, if there aren't any questions, I move for passage of House Bill 562 as amended by Committee Sub Number 1.
The motion for consideration by the bodies on the passage of House Bill 562 as amended by Senate Committee Substitute 1. Any member seeking recognition to speak on the motion? Senator from McCracken.
Mr. President, speak on the motion, please.
Please proceed.
If members will remember, and I think this was back in 2012, the former senator from Hardin had a similar piece of legislation. And my understanding is over the years there had been some changes in federal law that led to kids with special needs getting a diploma. There were issues with that, and I think basically the process stopped. And I can tell you from experience that after that when that passed, when I arrived, I remember talking to the senator. My daughter received one of those diplomas. My daughter received KEYS money, and my daughter attended college. So all of that was in place, and for whatever reason, the cabinet, it wasn't being enforced any longer. And I really do appreciate the efforts to get this back in order and working. It is critical for our students coming out of those programs for their futures. It opens up opportunities that they simply wouldn't have had without it. So I do ask everyone to please support this bill, and appreciate the bill sponsor and the senator for carrying the bill here on the floor.
Any other member seeking recognition to speak on the motion? Seeing none, again, the motion for the bodies on the passage of House Bill 562 as amended. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Senator Berg. Senator Boswell. Senator Carpenter, Senator Carroll, Senator Chambers Armstrong, Senator Clemens, Senator Deneen, Senator Douglas, Senator Elkins, Senator Funky Fromeyer, Senator Girdler, Senator Givens,
Aye.
Senator Herron, Senator Higdon, Senator Howell, Senator Maiden, Senator Mays Bledsoe, Senator McDaniel, Senator Meredith, Senator Mills, Senator Neal, Senator Nemus, Senator Nunn, Senator Rocky Adams, Senator Rawlings, Senator Reed, Senator Richardson, Senator Smith, Senator Stivers, Senator Storm, Senator Thomas, Senator Tishner, Senator Webb, Senator West, Senator Wheeler, Senator Williams, Senator Wilson, Senator Wise.
Any member seeking recognition to change or explain their vote? Seeing none, there being 36 yea votes, no nay votes, House Bill 562 as amended is passed. Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, I move that House Bill 555 be taken from its place in the orders of the day, read for the third time by title only, and placed upon its passage.
Mr. Clerk, please report House Bill 555.
House Bill 555, an act relating to school foods.
Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, House Bill 555 amends an existing statute by clarifying what role the school board plays in moving forward with student-based enterprises in their district. Student-based enterprises are legitimate businesses where students can apply, they can interview, they can obtain positions, and they can work in a hands-on, real-world setting within the school district, that being mostly at the high school level, that involves real-world work experience. We've seen this work very successfully in the Taylor County School District, where we operate a Cardinal Kroger, a Taylor County Bank, we have a Hardin Coffee, and with that the students get the experience of running those type of businesses, especially learning financial literacy. They're able to understand what it means to count change back to other students and customers that come through the grocery, as well as other things of allowing them to prosper and work outside of just a text room, classroom environment. This makes vibrant learning education become very active, and students are very engaged and therefore show the best retention rates. And business education in the classroom can sometimes be limited, but when we allow students to actually run those businesses, we allow them to learn in many ways that cannot be duplicated. Mr. President, this bill does have a Senate Committee Sub 1. If I could, please have the clerk report Senate Committee Sub 1 to House Bill 555.
Mr. Clerk, please report.
Senate Committee Sub 1 to House Bill 555.
Senator from Taylor.
Move for adoption.
Motion for the body is on adoption of the committee sub. All those in favor of adoption say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Senate Committee Substitute 1 is adopted. Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, with the sub, it makes very clear that this bill does pertain to the federal nutrition guidelines, as well as it allows school boards to make the decision to accept and or decline student-based enterprises, and as well as it allows the local school boards to determine how that money is spent and where it is generated through the student-based enterprises, many of which are today already generating that money to go towards scholarship programs. It could go towards helping to pay for field trips, as well as going to help towards project graduation and other things within the school district. Mr. President, there is a floor amendment that has been filed by the senator from Boone 20, and I would yield to the senator from Boone 20 for his explanation of the floor amendment.
Senator from Boone 20, you're recognized for purpose of action on Senate Floor Amendment 1.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. After talking with the cafeteria leaders for some time on this, they had concerns because they are operating actual businesses in the schools. They suggested 3 amendments. I thank the senator. They worked with them. They adopted most of the amendments, and we do think that all of their issues were taken care of. But I did want, before I withdraw Floor Amendment 1, I did want to state that this is not a fundraising event that we're having. It's a student-based enterprise so that they can get the feel of the real world. And this is a local control. The local boards have the ability to set the policies for this. This is not us saying you can do it or can't do it. So in the sense of that, I think that the local boards, when they set their policies, might want to require these businesses to do a few things that every real-world business has to do. 1, pay rent for the space. 2, pay 6% sales tax. 3, pay the restaurant hospitality tax. Pay an occupational license. Pay a fee to the local board of health to inspect their facility. Pay a waste collection fee. Fill out all of the forms that are necessary to calculate these rates and fees, even if you don't pay them. And you might even have a penalty. If you don't fill them out, then you could have them sit with the cafeteria manager and see how much time it takes for not just cafeteria managers, but for every manager in the state to deal with all the fees and taxes that we require them to do. And if you think the state fees and taxes are bad, have them fill out the federal forms, okay? Those are even worse, to make sure they're in compliance to receive that federal money. Lots of details go into that. But finally, one last thing is you might also consider them posting that ubiquitous sign that is the most ubiquitous sign throughout the entire state. Wash your hands before returning to work. Thank you. Draw Senate Floor Amendment 1.
Thank you, Senator from Boone. I was wondering what that speech was about. Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, if there are no further questions or comments, I move for passage of House Bill 555 as amended by Senate Committee Sub 1.
The matter for the body is passage of House Bill 555 as amended. Seeing no one else seeking recognition, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Senator Berg, Senator Boswell, Senator Carpenter, Senator Carroll, Senator Chambers Armstrong, Senator Clemens, Senator Deneen, Senator Douglas, Senator Elkins, Senator Funky Fromeyer, Senator Girdler, Senator Givens, Senator Herron, Senator Higdon, Senator Howell, Senator Maiden, Senator Mays-Bledsoe, Senator McDaniel, Senator Meredith, Senator Mills, Senator Neal, Senator Nemes, Senator Nunn, Senator Rocky Adams, Senator Rawlings, Senator Reed, Senator Richardson, Senator Smith, Senator Stivers,
Aye.
Senator Storm, Senator Thomas, Senator Tishner, Senator Webb, Senator West, Senator Wheeler, Senator Williams, Senator Wilson, Senator Wise.
Seeing no members seeking, there's one. Carpenter's an aye. Seeing no one else seeking recognition, there being 35 yeas, no nays. House Bill 555, as amended, is passed. Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, we hope that House Bill 555 makes every lunch lady across the Commonwealth very happy as they prepare their next hoagies and grinders, navy beans, meatloaf sandwich, or even those wonderful sloppy joes, Mr. President.
Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, we're going to pass over Senate Bill 223, but please have the clerk retain its place in the orders of the day.
Madam Clerk, please, we want to pass over 223, and it will retain its place in the orders of the day. Senator from Taylor.
And Mr. President, I do need to make a motion.
Please proceed.
Mr. President, with that, I move that House Bill 500, House Bill 503, House Bill 504 be taken from the Rules Committee and placed in the orders of the day for receding or not receding, to be not receding.
Without objection, House Bill 500, 503, and 504 will now be placed in the receding orders. Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, with that, if you would, please have the clerk to display the receding orders.
They are displayed. Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, with that, please have the clerk report House Bill 500 with Senate Committee Sub 1.
Mr. Clerk, would you please report House Bill 500?
House Bill 500, an act relating to appropriations measures providing funding and establishing conditions for the operations, maintenance, support, and functioning of the government of the Commonwealth of Kentucky and its various officers, cabinets, departments, boards, commissions, institutions, subdivisions, agencies, and other state-supported activities.
Please report Senate Committee Substitute Number 1.
Senate Committee Sub 1 to House Bill 500.
Senator from Taylor, do you have a motion to recede or not recede on the Senate Committee Substitute?
Mr. President, I move that the Senate does not recede Senate Committee Sub 1 to House Bill 500.
The matter before the body is for the Senate to not recede. All those in favor of not receding, it's a voice vote, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. The Senate does not recede. Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, I move that the following members be appointed to the Conference Committee and Free Conference Committee on House Bill 500. The senators from Kenton, Fayette 12, Jefferson 36, Senator from Clay, Senator from Green, Senator from Taylor, Senator from Henderson, Senator from Warren, Senator from Jefferson 33, Senator from Fayette 13, and Jefferson 19. Mr. President.
Madam Clerk, if you would please note that in the record, and I believe you also need to send message that we do not recede and request a conference and free conference committee if conference committee cannot be fruitful. Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, please have the clerk report House Bill 503.
Mr. Clerk, if you would please report House Bill 503.
House Bill 503, an act making appropriations for the operations, maintenance, and support of the legislative branch of the Commonwealth of Kentucky.
Mr. Clerk, if you would please report Senate Committee Substitute Number 1.
Senate Committee Sub 1 to House Bill 503.
Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, I move that the Senate does not recede in Senate Committee Substitute 1 to House Bill 503.
The matter for the body is to not recede. All those in favor of not receding would vote aye. Those opposed vote nay. It is a voice vote again. All those in favor of not receding say aye. Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. The Senate does not recede. Senator from Taylor, do we need to give the clerk the same instructions?
Absolutely. The same instruction, Mr. President. I move that the following members be appointed to the Conference Committee and Free Conference Committee on House Bill 503. Senator from Kenton, Senator from Fayette 12, Senator from Jefferson 36, Senator from Clay, Senator from Green, Senator from Taylor, Senator from Henderson, Senator from Warren, Senator from Jefferson 33, the Senator from Fayette 13, and the Senator from Jefferson 19.
Madam Clerk, same notations and letters to the House for Conference and Free Conference Committee. Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, lastly, please have the clerk report House Bill 504.
Mr. Clerk, if you would, please report House Bill 504.
House Bill 504, an act making appropriations for the operations, maintenance, support, and functioning of the judicial branch of the government of the Commonwealth of Kentucky and its various officers, boards, commissions, subdivisions, and other state-supported activities.
Now would you report the Senate Committee Substitute?
Senate Committee Sub 1 to House Bill 504.
Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, I move that the Senate does not recede House Bill 504.
The matter for the body is for us to not recede. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. The Senate does not recede. Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, I move that the following members be appointed to the Conference Committee and Free Conference Committee on House Bill 504. Senator from Kenton, Senator from Fayette 12, Senator from Jefferson 36, Senator from Clay, Senator from Green, Senator from Taylor, Senator from Henderson, Senator from Warren, Senator from Jefferson 33, Senator from Fayette 13, and the Senator from Jefferson 19.
Madam Clerk, same instructions on 504 as the two previous bills. So Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, that concludes the orders of the day.
Thank you, Senator from Taylor. Next order of business would be a meeting of the Rules Committee and Committee on Committees.
Mr. President, I move that the Senate recess for a meeting of the Rules Committee and Committee on Committees at the clerk's desk, please.
This body shall be in recess until call of the chair. Body shall come to order. Next order of business is report of committees. Mr. Clerk, please report.
For Thursday, March 19th, 2026, the Rules Committee has met and posted the following bills to the regular orders for Friday, March 20th, 2026. House Bill 185 and House Bill 312. Also, the Rules Committee has posted these bills to the consent orders for Friday, March 20th, 2026. House Bill 213, House Bill 220, House Bill 456, and House Bill 622. The Committee on Committees has met and referred the following bills to the Appropriations and Revenue Committee: Senate Bills 185, 186, and 187, House Bill 647, and House Joint Resolution 81. To the Judiciary Committee, House Bill 78, and to Natural Resources and Energy Committee, House Bill 677. And also we have an announcement of the delivery to the Governor of Senate Bill 199 at 3:21 p.m. on March 19th, 2026.
Next order of business would be motions, petitions, resolutions, communications, and announcements. Senator from Taylor, we have a few readings we need to do.
Mr. President, yes, I would like to make a motion, please.
Please proceed.
Mr. President, with the following, I move that Senate Bills 185, Senate Bill 186, and Senate Bill 187 all be taken from the Appropriations and Revenue Committee, given their first reading, and returned to the Appropriations and Revenue Committee.
Without objection, Mr. Clerk, would you please report those three bills for their first readings?
First reading, Senate Bill 185, an act relating to branch budget recommendations. Senate Bill 186, an act relating to branch budget recommendations. And Senate Bill 187, an act relating to branch budget bills.
Let the journal reflect that Senate Bills 185, 186, 187 have been taken from Appropriations and Revenue, given their first readings, and returned to Appropriations and Revenue. Still in the order of business of motions, petitions, resolutions, communications, and announcements. Senator from Campbell.
Yes, Mr. President, I believe that today is Thursday.
Yes, you're on it.
It's astounding to me. I do not know where this entire week has gone. But I wanted to remind and invite, and I think I'm correct on this, Mr. President. Okay. Because that may not happen next Friday, but this is the last Friday that our Kentucky State Police Professional Association is going to offer us breakfast. So meet me down there by 7:15. All right, Mr. President?
Senator Campbell, I will be present.
Thank you.
Any other members seeking recognition under this order of business? Seeing none, Mr. Clerk, do you have any floor amendments that have been filed? Would you please report those?
New floor amendments, Senate Floor Amendment 2 title to Senate Bill 223, Senator Higdon. Senate Floor Amendment 3 to Senate Bill 223 with Senate Committee Sub 1, Senator Higdon. Senate Floor Amendment 1 to House Bill 58 with Senate Committee Sub 1, Senator Higdon.
Does that conclude your report on that?
It does.
Do you have any new resolutions?
Yes, I do. I have 5.
Please report those.
New resolutions, Senate Resolution 181, resolution commemorating the 250th anniversary of the founding of the United States of America, Senator Tishner. Senate Resolution 182, resolution honoring the Kentucky Association for Environmental Education on the occasion of its 50th anniversary, Senator Webb. Senate Resolution 183, a resolution honoring the Kentucky Association for Environmental Education on the occasion of its 50th anniversary, Senator Funky Fromeyer. Senate Resolution 184, Resolution honoring the Murray State University Racers baseball team 2025 College World Series participants. Senator Howell. Senate Resolution 185, resolution recognizing that economic development and tourism are interdependent and requesting the Cabinet for Economic Development and the Tourism, Arts, and Heritage Cabinet to work together to explore further development of the Kentucky State Park System. Senator Funky Fromeyer.
Mr. Clerk, does that conclude your report?
It does.
All right, thank you, sir. Now the last order of business for the day is adjournment. Chair does not see anyone seeking recognition. Therefore, do you have a motion, Senator from Taylor?
Mr. President, I do. I move that the Senate adjourn until 9 a.m. Friday, March the 20th, year of our Lord, 2026.
Without objection, the Senate shall stand adjourned at the hour of 9 a.m. Friday, March 20th, year of our Lord, 2026.